Language Learning Emotions Check-in. In this video, I'm going to be sharing a quick language learning emotions check-in that you can use to gauge how you're doing, how you're feeling with your language learning, and course correct accordingly to get you back on the easeful journey to fluency. Emotions are our teachers in life and language learning, and when we're feeling high vibe emotions, or we're feeling good, we're feeling light, we're feeling happy, positive, optimistic, these are all emotions that show us that we're on the right track in language learning and in life. And the opposite of that is true as well. When I'm feeling down in the dumps, I'm feeling miserable, I'm feeling frustrated because everything's hard in life or in language learning, then that's a sign that something needs to change. I hope that helps you understand that these are our inner GPS. They're our teachers showing us what we want more of in life and what we want to sort of not avoid necessarily. I mean, some things we can't avoid that bring us difficult emotions, but in those cases, we can get curious and see what we can do differently or what words we can say to ourselves to change our stories to feel more positive, feel more optimistic about our language learning or our life itself. So let's check in with ourselves and see what we can learn from the emotions that we're feeling around language learning. What emotions are you feeling right now in relation to your language learning? Grab a pen if you want, if that helps, and write down a few words that describe the feelings you're going through at the moment, whether it's frustration or stuckness, you're feeling stuck, feeling a lack of confidence, whatever it is, in your particular case, write it down. And then I'd like you to explore what the thoughts are behind that feeling that you've been having. So let's take my Japanese as an example. I've been feeling frustrated recently, well, progressively over the last 2 decades, actually, since I kind of gave up with my Japanese. I used to speak to quite an advanced level. It was my top language when I first moved to Spain. And I guess I had other priorities, motherhood, my career. So keeping my Japanese at an advanced, fluent level was not a priority for me. So that's what's been happening. And the emotions that I've been gradually feeling over particularly these last few years, when I was talking about languages so much and I'm realizing that I've got a forgotten language there that I've completely avoided, that's made me feel really frustrated. You know I can do better, and I'll put something on in Japanese, we'll watch a film or something and there's Japanese being spoken, and here and there I understand snippets, but it's not like it used to be, and it's because I've got out of the habit of listening to and speaking Japanese. So it's frustrating. That was a long way of saying, my main emotion that I feel around my Japanese is frustration. So if I look under that, I can see that I've been telling myself some certain stories. And if you look at the stories that you've been telling yourself, again, write down in your journal or in a notebook the things that you've been saying that have led to that stuckness, that have led to that frustration, whatever it is that's your emotion. For me, I've been saying, I don't have a chance to speak with native speakers anymore. I don't really know of any interesting language learning materials that I could use to just soak it up, because that's how I know that we learn effortlessly and in a fun way. And most of the sort of beginner intermediate things that I found online or in books aren't really interesting enough to make me want to do it every day. So that's what's been going on underneath it. So if you can take these stories that you've been telling yourself, like I don't have time to study, or I don't have time to practice, or I can't find any interesting materials, or I don't have the chance to speak to native speakers anymore. Take those stories and change them around to try and create the opposite story. And then I would like you to tell yourself that like an affirmation. So I've got more affirmations if you want them on my channel for positivity in your language learning. But basically, so change whatever you were saying in the negative, put it into a positive, and start to repeat that to yourself until it starts to become natural to you to think that way. So for example, for me, one thing I've been doing is saying to myself, I didn't even really affirm this, I just set the intention to find interesting ways to soak up Japanese. And lo and behold, I did find one. I'm so pleased that I found, I think it's called Learn Japanese with Tanaka-san. And I'm so excited about this because it's really cute. It's a little sushi that's shy and talks about the emotions a lot, which is all kind of stuff that resonates with me. And it's a really gentle, nurturing voice. And the content is simple, but it's natural. So I'm not feeling like, please don't talk down to me. Don't give me, I don't like those beginner and intermediate language learning content or materials that really simplify and tell you, where's the station? Can I buy a ticket, please? I mean, that's all great if you're going to go on a trip tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to Japan for a long, long time. And those aren't things that interest me anyway. I think I can probably wing it. I want to talk about things that are interesting to me. I want my conversation to flow. And so this may be the way that I've found to go forward. I'm sure you can find some ways too. Try my podcast if you like listening to podcasts. All of the episodes are in English, Spanish and bilingual versions. So everyone learns in a different way. So just pick the one that works for you. Get curious about your language learning and get curious about the emotions underneath what's going on in your language learning. And this will help you see a way forward that feels light, fun and effortless in your language learning. Good luck. You've got this. Subscribe for more. Thanks a lot. Bye.